Hey YouTube family, in this video we're going to talk about when negative things happen in our lives. What we have to understand is that when negative things happen, it's happening for us. It's not happening to us. So in this video, I'm going to share with you an excellent example that just happened to me, and it kind of spun around to a positive because in my mind, I was still thinking it's happening for me. It's not happening to me, it's happening for me. So that's what we're going to discuss in this video. I am in northern Thailand right now. I'm up in Surin. It's hot as monkey poo up here. Whatever how hot monkey poo gets, but it's flipping toasty today. So what's my example I want to share with you? And since we're up in Thailand, or not up in Thailand, up in Surin, you can kind of see here, we have this cement wall going around the whole property. And it's not done yet. So this section over here is kind of almost done, but it goes around the whole property. So when we're up here, Aang's sister kind of built maybe half the wall, or she didn't do it herself, but had her brother do it. So when I came up, I was kind of like, well, I hope you finish the wall, you know what I mean? And really to finish it, long story short, maybe it costs like in the USD American, maybe 600 bucks, maybe 700 bucks for them to refinish it, get it all nice and dandy and stuff like that. So I finally agreed to it and said, like have her brother-in-law find out how much all the materials are, order it and get it going. So what happened was finally when I made a decision, I'll show you. This is kind of funny now when I discuss it. So kind of behind me, you see these like, these are cement chairs right here. So on these cement chairs, I kind of go in the shade here. I don't know what the sunlight's doing here, but in these chairs, I'm in the kitchen here. The kitchen's right here, and I'm looking out. I see Aang's dad. He's standing on these chairs and he's looking over. He's looking over the wall there. So I'm thinking, what is he looking at? And I didn't really think anything. I saw some smoke and I thought, oh, he's burning trash. Just because in Thailand, especially northern Thailand, because these are all like over here, like I lift this up, these are all fields. Then if you go way down here, these are all rice fields kind of way beyond. So it's basically country life. And, they burn trash and stuff like that. Sometimes they don't burn trash in one little spot. So they'll kind of like skip around. Don't ask me why. It's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, but oh well. But anyway, going back to these wooden chairs, I see him peeking over watching. So I'm figuring he's burning trash. So maybe like 10 or 15 minutes go by. And I thought, well, I better go over there and make sure everything's okay. What the world is he looking at? So it's funny now, it wasn't funny then. So I go up, I stand on the cement slab over there, I look over, dude, like Aang's dad, he threw like a sack of garbage, like literally against the wall, the cement wall that we're redoing, and lit it on fire. And his whole goal, like now we know, his whole purpose, he saw ants there, so he wanted to kill the ants. Only way to kill the ants is burn them. So, but the trash that we're going to burn, he just threw it up against the wall and just burned the trash right against the wall. And I see it. So you can imagine, I see it and I almost flip out. Seriously. Because this is happening, mind you, this is happening the same day, right in the morning, right when we woke up, the same day we're getting everything delivered. We're getting all the cement delivered. We're getting all the sand delivered to finish the wall. It's happening on the same day he's doing this. So I flip out, I lose my shit basically. So I go in and I get Aang. Aang's doing the dishes in the kitchen. So Aang, you gotta come out and see what your dad did. So, Aang comes out, we look over and I say, you know what? I'm not gonna, I basically just put a complete halt on, finishing this whole cement wall around the whole property. I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do it because your dad just burnt trash over here. And I don't know if I can show you. If I stand up, maybe I can put the camera here because when you burn trash down here, the whole wall is like black now. I don't know if you can really see it down there. It's all black because of the fire. But anyway, now I put a halt to it. I stop it. I say, call your brother-in-law, tell him not to order anything. I'm not going to fix it. If you guys are going to do this type of shit, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to use some common sense, and you guys need to start taking care of stuff. Like, if you want other people to help you out and fix things for you, like, you can't just go up and just flip and build a fire right on the wall. Okay, so long story short, I stop everything. And I kind of fester on it all day yesterday. So, I'm festering on it, stuff like that. I actually, since I work in IT, I use a lot of AI now, stuff like that, a lot of ChatGPT to do the research for me. And so I thought, I'm going to do research and figure out how to finish the wall. And the biggest thing with these walls in Thailand, you're dealing with cement. I don't want to go into a long story, but they crack easy. And they crack because they cut corners, pretty much, long story short. They just cut corners, don't do the thing, don't use the proper materials and cut corners. So the wall, within 1 year, stuff will crack and look old. But anyway, a day passes, I wake up, Ang and I talk, and I start talking to Ang, and I said, you know what, you guys got to do things the right way. Your brother-in-law's ordering stuff. He don't even know what he's doing, or he's ordering cheap stuff. So long story short, I tell Ang, all this research I did, and she starts doing research herself. So I said, you need to do research yourself. You can't just order stuff. And because no one is telling you, when you go around and try to hire people, they kind of have the mentality of, oh, I'll do whatever you want. But it's kind of like a victim mentality, but oh well. But long story short, how this spins around and how this, it works for you, not to you, is that Ang does all the research. She starts researching. She finds out that, oh yeah, you're right, Chad. That, you have to hire, that you have to get better quality cement. There's a chemical you put in the cement that's waterproof, that makes it more waterproof. There's mesh wire that needs to be installed on here. And to do it the proper way, to make it look flippin' and gorgeous and nice, and it's not ruining in 1 or 2 years. So in this story, how does this work for me, not to me? See, in the beginning, I'm thinking it's happening to me. But it's really happening for me, because now I told Ang, I said, you should go over and thank your dad for trying to burn the ant hill over there, and burn all the ants and start a fire by the wall, because if he didn't do that, we would have had a truckload of cement come in, a truckload of sand come in that was cheap. We already had somebody hired. They would have did it. Then they would have finished everything maybe in 10 days, 12 days. Within 6 months, everything would have been cracking, because they're not doing things the right way. And this is what I mean, how a negative situation, when that happened and I'm kind of having a meltdown, it's happening for me. It's not happening to me. And, I know what you're thinking. I know, sometimes we feel like not every situation flips around to a positive. In my whole life, I've had worse things happen to me. I can come up with many reasons why I could argue myself that, well, Chad, it doesn't mean things happen to you. It doesn't mean it's happening for you. How can I get benefit out of this happening in my life? You know what I mean? It's really your perception. Okay, when you're dealing with abundance, a law of belief, laws of abundance, law of attraction, law of assumption, whatever you want to call it, it's your perception of things. Okay, it's not that negative things are not going to happen in your life. It's your perception of it. It's the energy you're giving it. Even for myself, it's the energy I'm giving it. When I have a meltdown, am I just the whole day, 3 days, a whole week, or even longer, am I basically stuck shit always happens to me? This stuff always happens to me. Every time I hire someone, it's cheesy shit. You know what I mean? And this is the perception we have. And this is how, this is how we perceive things. It's your perception of stuff. It's not that negative things aren't going to happen, but stop bringing emotion to it. Just accept it. Accept life. Makes sense? If you don't bring emotion to it, you perceive it, you just perceive it as it's happening, you bring no emotion to it, and you walk around it. And then there's other techniques. You can revise, like Navier-Galler's revision technique. Revise your day, revise that moment like it didn't really happen. You revise it into the perfect day you wanted to go. But it's really coming down to, what are you bringing emotion to? Okay, if you really believe that life sucks, bad things always happen to you, 1 month is a flat tire, the next month you got laid off from your job, the next month after that, you got a new job, but you had to take lesser pay, then the next month after that, the door broke, the next month after that, you woke up and stubbed your toe, and you find out you break it, and you have to go to the hospital. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you really believe, and you bring emotion to stuff, and you really believe life fucking sucks, and you can never get ahead in life, something always happens to you, you bring an emotion to it, and it keeps on reoccurring. That's the truth. So you have to be really, really, really careful on what you're allowing your mind to focus on. And in the concept of this, you have to be, again, to flip it, we're going to go here, but you really have to be really careful not to look at things as the laundry's behind me. That's another Thai thing, to hang everything outside. That things are happening for you and not to you. Sometimes it's happening as a learning experience. Sometimes things happen, but that thing didn't happen, you perceive as a negative, but it's really a positive because something else better came into your life. Make sense, my friends? But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. But I'm not really too sure how this video turned out because there was a lot of light. I don't even know if I was looking at the flipping camera half the time. But we'll see when we upload it. But blessings to you. Peace out. And I'll see you in the next video.